Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk a bit about why we should be saying our affirmations out loud. So when we come into manifesting, we actually understand that when we are saying our affirmations, it doesn't really matter what thought we are having, because the intent behind it and everything that we are doing to create in our life is going to manifest. However, we are vibrational beings and we are essentially the universe experiencing itself, and the whole vast universe is built on vibration and frequency. When we look to mathematics has a rhythm to it, and everything that is created, objects and everything, normally comes down to using mathematics. When I was researching more into this as well too, I was looking at Nikola Tesla, and he had the theory, as anyone would know, of 369. Now apparently in the universe, the number 9 is the most significant, as it's a symbol of completion, of fulfillment. Now it doesn't mean that it's the completion or fulfillment of life, but it can mean that it is like a completion or fulfillment, let's say, for your desire. So what struck me, the coincidence and the synchronicities, I suppose, when I was looking at this, I came across Beethoven. So when we look at Beethoven, his actual last piece was Symphony Number 9, which is kind of a great coincidence when you look at what Nikola Tesla was saying about the number 9, which was the completion. Symphony Number 9 was actually, I think, the actual completion of Beethoven's work as well too, because he was developing hearing loss. And when he created Symphony Number 9, he literally had almost completely gone deaf. Anyone who knows the story about Beethoven, I think he just had a little kind of a sound in his left ear, but he was still able to create this amazing Symphony Number 9, which is actually classified as his most famous piece. Now, what struck me about this was, yes, it was the completion of his works, of his life's works, but he did not have the full capacity of his hearing as he did when he was creating other life's work. This was his last piece of work, and his hearing had deteriorated to the extent where he was almost completely nearly deaf. However, what I like to, I haven't read too much more into this, but I am going to study it, I think, a little bit more. But what was coming for me in this was, when he was creating that, he was obviously feeling that music as well too. If he wasn't hearing it, he was feeling it. He was becoming the vibration of this symphony. And I know that he named it Symphony Number 9. Maybe it is just a coincidence, but when we look into the Bible as well too, when Jesus is on the cross and he is on his death at 3 p.m., they call it the ninth hour. And the ninth hour is meant to symbolize the completion. Now, we know that wasn't the completion of Christ. It was simply just the completion of his old story, because he resurrects then on the third day. He resurrects then after 3 days. So we know then, when we are manifesting, that this is kind of a rhythm. So when we get into the completion of the desire, number 9 is actually significant. Now, I also want to bring in the idea of, I know I'm talking about the Bible again, but scripture has a lot of insight and a lot of education for us to understand the rules of the universe, to understand the vibrations and the frequency of the universe. But anyone who is into all of this will know that anyway. So when we look to the Bible again, and we look at the Gospel of John, and in the Gospel of John, I think it's the Gospel of John, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it says, in the beginning there was the Word. The Word is a sound vibration as well too. So when we say something, we're emitting sound vibrations throughout the universe. So this is why it can be very powerful to just say your affirmations out loud, because when you say your affirmations out loud, you are emitting that vibration, that you are this person, that you have this thing. And you see the way that I'm even doing that, it's like when you think 369, the rhythm that is actually just embedded with us, that we're actually not even aware of. And in the Bible, in the same gospel, so I think I wrote it down here. Yeah, all things were made by him, the word, or So AUM. And when we look to mantras, when we look to meditating, when we use a word that is and so that is kind of, it's the word, it's the vibration, it's the sound of Good. So I wanted to make this quick video just to bring in the idea of saying our affirmations out loud, because when we say our affirmations out loud, not only are we, as I say, emanating it out into the universe, we are also telling ourselves in that moment in time through a vibration. Now I know that we can have vibrations through our thoughts as well too, because everything is essentially created by thought, and everything comes down to the word, and it comes down to what we are thinking about consistently is what we are actually going to create. However, saying our affirmations out loud can be powerful to vibrate that thought outwards. If we are vibrating that thought outwards, we are directing it even more powerfully into our nervous system. And our nervous system is ultimately, from my own experience anyway, the most important place to have balance, because when we are balanced within our nervous system, we have less negative thoughts and we have more pure positive thoughts that end up manifesting in our reality. So if we are saying our affirmations out loud, that vibration is hitting our nervous system and we are believing it more. The neural pathways in our brain are starting to come to terms that this is a possibility, because it's even feeling the vibration within us as we are saying our vibrations. So I just wanted to make a quick video on that. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. I have more content coming out this week. I do have meditations, and I know I have affirmation tracks to get around to as well too, but I wanted to just jump on and create this quick video just to put the idea out there. Just try it throughout your weekend. Try saying your affirmations out loud, even if you're someone who doesn't do affirmations, or if you're someone who doesn't who visualize, for example, or you script. Just say them out loud just for a couple of days and see how it feels. See how you embody the whole affirmations that you are saying when you are saying them out loud to yourself. So thank you so much for listening, and I will chat to you soon.